Hey, tubers. Happy Thursday. Took the day off from work. Outstanding decision on my part. Feeling good. Just went for a run though, so at my age, need a little energy after that. But got some sweet mail to show you. Got a big old stack in just today, but had a couple of things to show off from previous days as well. These would have gotten subbed. I can't see myself subbing these anymore. At $9 or something, it would have happened. But 85 stickers. Super Bowl 19 is the naming of it, but that's Roger Craig. And there we go. Get that glare out of there. So pretty cool. Somebody just added those to his Masters top set, so now I'm no longer complete on that. So I was like, all right, I'll get those and slab them up. But now I'll just keep a lookout for some that are already graded. As mentioned before, these are 1941 gum Uncle Sam's. And got 3 more of these. This one is called Drill with Arms. So, thought that one was pretty cool. I currently work at a schoolhouse, so probably just put it in a mag or something like that, but display that at work would look kind of neat. A little shelf. Same with here. We have some shooting courses and stuff like that. So this one's called Learning to Shoot. And this one is called How to Tell an Officer's Rank. So the troop is saluting. And then got the basic enlisted ranks on there, which is kind of cool because there's way more than that now, but back in the day there weren't very many. And there's your officer ranks as listed on the epaulettes, if you're not familiar with military nomenclature. So I just thought those were pretty cool. And for that era, these are pretty sizable and colorful, which is kind of neat too. Last vid I showed one that was also was a 1951, and those are much smaller, 1950 Bowman. Not a huge fan of small cards. This took forever to get to me. That's what happens. Anybody out there in the Northeast or shipping to the Northeast or getting something shipped from the Northeast has had a struggle for the last couple weeks, and I was really assuming this would show up before I sent my last Ultra Modern sub in last Friday, right before the price change, but this didn't ever showed. Kind of random for me. It's not typical of my Niners collecting for Obsidian, but I have been getting them the last 2 or 3 years as a new set just because I don't do heavy shine, especially on display and stuff like that, but I love the consistency of Obsidian there. And this year's base rookies are not numbered. I actually just found the other one I was looking for, so I got one more inbound, and that one's at a 125, but that's the base rookie from a previous year. And the seller also tossed that in, so an optic rookie of Javon Kinlaw as well. So pretty excited about that. Our first round pick. Vintage slab for the win. I have lost 25 of these at auction, and I had lost some really good ones. This one's pretty good. Good grade. It's kind of tough because it's got elements of very high end, and then it's got some elements. Well, okay, I gotta ding it for that. I gotta ding it for this. There's some printer spots on here. There's a couple little brown spots. The 2 most noticeable are right up there, but there's some really light ones on the border. But some of the edges on the borders are also razor sharp too. And obviously it's pretty well centered. Not 100% perfect. I think it's 100% perfect on the left, right, but not top to bottom. But very good looking card. And just love me some 59 tops. So it's got all the elements I'm looking for. You can tell who it is. You got the team logos. You got a tool of the trade there. Just a good looking card. And always like to pick up a random Jackie here and there. This is from 2010 Heritage PSA 9. It's pop 3 with only one higher, so convinced me a little bit more to get it. And just a great card. And highlights a key moment in baseball history, so pretty neat. Robinson breaks color barrier, both front and back. And then might have overpaid for this a little bit, but it was just one of those cards. You see it, you're scrolling, and you just stop scrolling for a minute, and I go, and I was looking at it, and I didn't know how rare it was because it's not numbered, and I can find a good number of them raw. But I looked up the serial number, and it was Pop 1. And even though it's only a year old, it was talking my language with the Pop 1, and I just thought it was a fantastic looking card. So 2020 Topps, the Soto Gold Stars. I didn't pay a ton for it, but I like to collect in quantity, as you might tell. So every dollar counts because it could go towards another card, right? And then oddly enough, this whole stack was basically bought under the same premise, and that was with these new prices, I had to reassess. You know, there's certain cards, I want it that slabbed or something like that. I'll just sub it myself when I find one grade worthy or whatever. Well, that's at $10 a pop or something like that. But when things are $20-25, you kind of have to just revalue what you're gonna spend on a card graded if you actually do indeed want it. So I had that mindset in. It's like, all right, cards I'd spent, I'd buy it for $15 right now in a 9, or or 20 in a 10 or something like that. That's all I really wanted for. I needed for a PC or set registry or just display or something like that. So I had to up my ante a little bit, and that led me to some other purchases. So I'm gonna collect probably a dozen or so star players, the big time star players in this Skybox 2000 EX, or 2000 Skybox EX. And so I got the Griffey. That was only like $18 slabbed in a 9. And that's obviously cheaper than I could sub it myself. These next 5 I kind of hate at the same time. So then I sold a whole bunch, or sent a whole bunch of stuff to PWCC. Some of those auctions start tonight, but they're spread out through all the month. But I didn't get banned in all of my registry sets. I stopped a bunch, but the one I'm still staying true to is over 1,000 cards in my 49ers run, 1948 to present. Well, in 1990, there's a disclaimer back variant that they're now recognizing because some schmuckatelli is adding them to the set just to, 1990 year is 51 cards right now because it's double of everything, which is just stupid. And I was like, all right, well, if they just add them to the 1990 year, I can live with it. But now they've added it to the 1990 to 99 decade set and the 48 to present set, all sets I built. And I think that person is honestly probably just doing it so that then they can sell the cards to me or something like that. And I've had a fair number of people do shit like that to me. Even 4-Sharp Carnage did that to me for a while. I swear they were checking my registries to see what Niners I didn't have and then raising the prices on those. But long story short, I would not pay $20 to grade these. But I didn't want garbage grades either, so I picked up some disclaimer backs because it'd be cheaper than grading it myself, and I still don't have several of them in raw version. So the Mike Cofer kicker, Pierce Holt, got that one in a 10. That was actually decently priced for the 10. The person selling these has got more 10s, but they want like $45 or whatever for a random, right guards that played for 2 years and stuff. Eric Wright, mint 9, 1990. That's Chet Brooks, and then this one was from a different seller, but it was like $12, which is pretty sweet. The Team Montana to Craig. And so, for those that are not familiar, let's see if I can. The disclaimer is this little couple of sentences. I think it's just only one sentence, to be honest with you. On the bottom, It says Topps football player cards are not manufactured, sponsored, or authorized by any team or league. And that one's super tiny. They're not actually usually. There it is there. So that'd be just a blank spot if it's a non-disclaimer back. And for years, they didn't know it existed. So I got a whole bunch of 1990 Topps cards that are disclaimer backs that aren't even marked that way. But was not grading those for 20 bucks a piece and hoping for 8s and 9s. So I picked up some 9s there. Still got a ways to go on those. And same with that. I'd kind of avoided picking this guy's up because he hasn't done anything for us quite yet. Carter Keyboom. He's a shortstop. Trey Turner ain't going anywhere for a while, so we got to figure out what we're doing with him, if we can make him a third baseman or not. That's the hope, but there's no guarantees there. But I was definitely not willing to sub a card on him and only get back a 9 or something like that. But I wasn't really willing to spend much money either. But for 25 bucks on an ultra modern card, and that'll cost me for the crapshoot and roll the dice to see if I get a 9 or a 10. I can get the guaranteed 10. So I had to go there, and I'm sure we'll see plenty of that for all of us as we're navigating this time of $20 and $25 subs and stuff like that. Because the thrill of the hunt is still there. The collector bug is still there. The need for a little retail therapy is still there. So still going to collect something. So got to figure it out and navigate that. But that's what I got for you. Probably still happiest with this one. But baseball's here. Watching some spring training right there. It is good times. Thanks for watching. Happy Thursday, and hope you finish the week strong. Later.